Automotive Inc. Guys, today we're going to talk about dog hair and how to get it out of your vehicle. Now, I just picked up a 2000 Chevy Avalanche and their dogs shed. I mean, even when the guy was showing me, he had dog hair all over his shirt. I was there once. Our dog shed a lot. He's no longer with us, but how do you get this out and how much elbow grease is going to take? Well, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell at the end of the video, and thumbs up. But let's get started. So, at the end of the day, some people are like, I don't care. My truck's a tool, my car's a tool, don't really care. Well, it affects your value, guys, and you might have other people that have allergies to certain pets and animals, so you might want to get it out of there. And if you don't plan on doing that and 10 years later you go to sell it, somebody also might be allergic to it and notice that there's a pile of dog hair underneath the seat. And everywhere else the dog doesn't ever even touch. It's on the ceiling, it's on the A-pillars, it's in every crack and everything. So, if we look down here, you can probably see the fine fibers, but I mean, look, the dogs were never on this cable, and look where it collects. Every freaking where. Now, as a professional detailer, this is just one side of one seat in one area, and I'm telling you, the hair is on every metal piece. So when you find a car like this, buy a car like this, have a car like this, it's best to stay on top of it because otherwise it's going to be a very tedious job. Now, do you need all these special tools to do it? No, you can use a shop vac. If you don't have an air compressor with a blow nozzle, I would highly encourage you to look at that. I will link a small one that I have down below. I have a monster size one because I used to do paint jobs. And I also have a small shop vac and a very fancy type shop vac. It's a fine. And I also have, again, that small compressor. But for this one, we'll be using the big one. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'll just blow it out first, right? That's probably the worst idea you could do. One, all it's going to do is disperse the hair, meaning it's just going to blow it everywhere where it already wasn't. So you're going to have to invest some time in just actually vacuuming. So you're going to need a fine tip vacuum tip that's shaped like a cone, I guess, if you will. Like this bad boy, not a comb, a smaller fine area tube. And then I encourage you to look at something like this. Polyester rug in your car can usually handle a light brush like this. This is not a super heavy duty one. I'll link all the stuff down below so you can get it. And all these tools can do double service in some other area, especially if you get a wet, dry shop vac and everything to do that. But basically, we're going to start in this area and we're going to just go through every nook and cranny. Now, if you have a cheap paintbrush also, this will help you get in those fine metal areas. Like these ones right here, this will help you get the dirt out, help you knock off the actual fuzz and hair, all the little areas like this, the creases. And you can see we're going to have our work cut out for you. Again, as a professional detailer, this truck, just to get the hair out, will probably take better half of 3 to 4 hours. Now, if you're buying a new truck or a used truck like this and you're never going to have a dog in there, but you have people with allergies in your family, then this is going to be very important that you get this out. And I always like to work from the inside out on these because what's going to happen is more hair is going to keep coming out. It's embedded, depending if it's wiry dog hair, animal hair versus fine versus light. It gets embedded in everywhere, so we get it out. At the end, though, I will use some compressed air to blow off like the headliner because I don't traditionally like to use this type of stuff on a headliner because this can get a little sharp, a little crusty sometimes, and so we don't want to do that. But we got to get the first part out because otherwise all we're going to do is spool up all of that dog hair in there and really start doing it. So I started with my shop vac clean. My fine. I'm going to use my fine instead of my shop vac just because it is a little bit more powerful and it's not freaking loud. And so it is dead clean in there, and we're just going to work this one area. And like I said, what I like to do is I just start. I'm going to start in the middle here, and I'm going to work around. I'm going to get one of my cheap paint brushes off the Zahn that I have, and I'm going to start brushing this stuff out. We're just going to do this one section, and I'm going to show you, one, it's not going to get all the hair out immediately, but I'm going to show you basically, once the vacuum's on, you need to go every direction, but don't spin it. The reason why you don't want to do that is, depending on your dog hair, it can actually just tie it deeper into the weave. And so you're not always going to get it out. Then once we get it vacuumed again, that's when we use that brush to pull more out because this air is not always going to get it all out. And so we're just going to keep working it. And no matter what vacuum you have, start in one direction. Don't put the ends on there that are big and long. Those are for sucking up water. or like dry messes on the floor that are covering a big area, this is going to be some elbow grease, but it can be done. Now, this is the only area I did right here. This is a small area, and you can see there's still freaking dog hair in the weave of this carpet. Now, again, it's going to take a lot of elbow grease, but once you get this done the first time, the super hard stuff, we can come back in here later with compressed air and get the rest out of here, and it's, come back and lay down on stuff, but it'll be off. Now, I have had people ask me, why don't you just shampoo it? Because this is going to be shampooed and clean. Why don't you just shampoo it at the same time? Because the small shampooer things have an agitator. Do you like the smell of wet dog hair? Because that's what it's going to smell like, just saturating dog hair on there. So I wouldn't do that. I would highly encourage you not to do that. So again, this is going to be a tedious process. We should check out the vacuum. All right. So there's the start of it, guys. There's down the filter. I cleaned out, blew out the filter and everything before. So you can see just this one area, and this is not even all the way out. Why having a good shop vac or something in your garage is a necessary thing. And all of this can be attributed, all this dander can be attributed to people having coughing and stuff while you're driving. So at the end of the day, guys, that's going to be my suggestion. Now I'm going to show you guys once I get this all wrapped up. These videos are going to be a little bit shorter, just some tips and tricks on how to vacuum pet hair out of your vehicle. And we'll come back to that. Again, if you have to use one of these brushes right here, you'll come in here, and again, we don't want to swirl, but you can comb it. You can see it lifted a couple pieces of dog hair right there out already. Hold it out. A lot of different methods. Instead of just sitting there trying to always suck it out with the thing, you can see the bristles right here. I've already pulled up that dog hair, and then you can just pull that out. So again, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So I'm going to get my ass back to work here and keep crushing on this dog hair, and at the end we'll show you guys how much dog hair we pulled out of this whole car and out of the headliner and everything. And then I already guarantee you to make sure that there's going to be even more after that. It's just going to keep coming, but we're going to get the most of it out. So that is my tips and tricks on how to get dog hair out of your carpet. Make sure you check back as we go on this journey with the Avalanche, getting it back to its glory. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.